Hello and welcome to Spectrum TV News at 12. I am Uyai Anyekan, coming to you live from the beautiful hills of Ibiakuran in Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Buhari to inaugurate projects in Kogi. House of Reps Speaker Gbajabiamila counsels Nigerians to vote for detribalized leaders. Plus, Russian Foreign Minister gives Ukraine ultimatum over 4 occupied regions. We'll bring you details of these stories and more in a moment. Thanks for joining us. We apologize for bringing the news behind schedule. Our first report this afternoon is that Nigeria's leader, President Muhammadu Buhari, is expected to inaugurate legacy projects of Governor Yahaya Bello's administration in Kogi State on Thursday. Consequently, the Kogi State government has declared Thursday a public holiday as to help the state prepare to receive the president. A statement issued by the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fowler, urged the people of the state to turn out in good numbers to receive the president and display the hospitality the state is known for. The state government also urged all labor unions and security agencies in Kogi to ensure full compliance with the directive. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has joined family, friends and associates to celebrate the Minister of Special Duties, Senator George Akume, as he marks his 69th birthday anniversary today. In a statement issued by his spokesperson, Garba Shehu, the president affirmed Akume as a leader who means and counts a lot to his community, nation and humanity in general. Buhari prayed for his continued good health and success as he marks his birthday. We move to the legislature, where the House of Representatives Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila has urged Nigerians to vote for detribalized leaders who have a deep connection with the grassroots. The Speaker said the most effective means of accessing the dividends of democracy is to vote for leaders who have identified with the people on the street, even when they are in and out of power. According to a statement by the Speaker, Lanrela Sisi, while addressing residents of Itiwe and Ikete areas of Surulere 2 federal constituency at a rally, Gbajabiamila stressed the need to vote for leaders who individuals can access at a time of need without the fear of being denied by official protocols. Away from that, Chief of Army Staff COAS Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya has charged troops of Sector 2, Joint Task Force, Northeast Operation Hadin Kai to remain apolitical as 2023 general election approaches. The COAS Yahaya gave the charge while addressing the troops at a Christmas luncheon in Damaturu, Yobe State. He directed the troops to show professionalism at all times and strictly abide by the code of conduct and rules of engagement throughout the electioneering period. General Yahaya also paid a special tribute to all personnel who paid the supreme price in the defense of their fatherland and prayed for the repose of their souls. He expressed appreciation to President Muhammadu Buhari for his continuous support to the Nigerian Army. Away from that, the pioneer district chairman of the tax revenue is vital to the survival of Nigeria, saying proceeds of tax revenue are needed for growth and development. He spoke at the Maidens Dinner and Award Night of the District Society in Ogun State. In his remarks, Akindele said despite the harsh economic environment compounded by the war in Ukraine, the organization was aligning with the tax message titled Tax Professionals, the Hope of the Nation. In the meantime, the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association (NECA) has charged the federal government to unravel the scam surrounding fuel subsidy and make a pronouncement on a definitive plan to remove it. The Director General NECA Adewale Smart Oyerinde, who said this while addressing journalists in Lagos, explained that it was distressing to witness long queues in petrol stations across the country when the government claimed to have paid trillions in petrol subsidy. Oyerinde noted that 2022 remained one of the most challenging years for the organized private sector, adding that the pandemic inflicted leadership and sustainability challenges forced organizations to take extraordinary measures in real time with zero planning. In another development, at least 6,047 bank verification numbers of bank customers have been placed under the Central Bank of Nigeria's watch list for fraudulent transactions. This is contained in the CBN Financial Stability June 2022 report published in December 2022. The report disclosed that the Apex Bank conducted an assessment of 28 banks and the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System to ascertain compliance with the regulatory framework for BVN operations and watch list for the Nigerian banking industry in the review period. The report further noted that there were 2.70 million enrolled in the first half of this year, bringing the total number of enrolled BVNs to 54.65 million. In a separate development, the Lagos Environmental Sanitation Corps, LACSEG, has urged residents to embrace responsible environmental choices and ensure proper waste disposal during the festive season. The Corps Marshal LACSEG, a CP Bemisola Akinpelu, retired, who made the appeal in Bolade Oshodi, enjoined Lagosians to make responsible choices for the environment in Lagos, dispose of refuse properly, and stop all forms of environmental abuses, and stressed that Lagosians need to pay their waste bills. Akinpelu also advised residents to be security conscious and alert, especially during the celebrations, and report any suspicious activities in their neighborhoods to law enforcement agents in the state. We move to South Africa now, where authorities have updated to 18 victims announced. Half were staff working at Tambo Memorial Hospital, which suffered extensive damages due to the explosion, as a total of 37 people at the hospital also suffered serious burns. South Africa's regional authorities say the gas tanker explosion caused damages within a 500-meter radius. On the foreign scene, blackouts are posing a potentially deadly risk to Ukrainians who need power for life-saving medical devices. Recall that repeated Russian assaults on Ukraine's power grid have left the country in a sore. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said he was relying on India's help to implement a peace formula during a phone call with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The call comes as New Delhi seeks to boost trade ties with Moscow after becoming one of the largest purchasers of Russian oil, defying Western sanctions and providing a vital financial lifeline to Russian President Vladimir Putin, as the Kremlin wages an unprovoked immediate cessation of hostilities and to revert to dialogue and diplomacy. Zelensky presented a 10-point peace formula to world leaders at the Group of 20 summit in Bali, Indonesia. In November, India assumed the G20 presidency this month and will hold it until next. Ukraine must fulfill Moscow's proposals regarding their new territories, or the Russian military would take action. According to the Russian state news agency TASS, the 4 occupied territories Russia claimed control over the 4 regions of Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporizhia and Kherson after sham referendums in September, widely slammed by Kiev and Western governments as violating international law. Recall that last week, Russian President Vladimir into the challenges that Moscow faces in areas it has attempted to illegally annex. Still to come in the news. Arteta hails former coach Wenger's influence as Arsenal beats West Ham 3-1. Do stay with us.
Nigerian police, which is the only one allowed by grossly abuse. Our governors have to share police power with the president as stipulated by the Constitution. We do not have a federal government police force.
I want to say something. I want to say something here. Perhaps it might also enlarge the scope of people who should be invited here for examination. My Lord, if we cannot find those who literally murdered Abiola, who are those people who could be said to be the beneficiaries of the death of Abiola?
Rogers has linked you with some of the killings he did.
He never did.
He linked you with the attempted murder of Hebrew.
He did not.
My Lord, the Matters Council is leading the evidence in our matters.
Is this an adversary proceeding?
It's not, my Lord, but we can't be talking about cases which are in court,
Is
my Lord.
this an adversary proceeding?
It's not, my Lord. These cases are in court, my Lord. I'm just reminding your Lordship.
My Lord, sorry, my Lord, I think I'll be in cross-examination.
Join us every Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. for Legally Speaking.
Thanks for staying tuned, and now to the rest of the news. On our business news, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has warned Nigeria and other oil-producing countries in sub-Saharan Africa to expect dwindling oil revenues in the coming years as the world transitions from fossil fuels to cleaner energy. In a new report on how savings from oil revenues could help Africa's producers manage price swings, the IMF said oil exporters in sub-Saharan Africa should target buffers of around 5 to 10% of gross domestic product to manage large swings in oil prices. According to the report, most oil exporters in the region have not accumulated enough savings to ensure against unpredictable oil price changes. It added that sovereign wealth funds in sub-Saharan Africa hold assets of just 1.8% of gross domestic product, compared to 72% in the Middle East and North Africa, forcing countries to borrow or draw down financial assets whenever oil prices fall. Meanwhile, the average cost of airplane tickets in Nigeria rose from 37,000 naira in November 2021 to 73,000 naira in November 2022. This is a core basis. However, the average fare paid by commuters for bus journeys within the city per drop rose by 42.69% from 446 naira recorded in November 2021. The report 2022. In health, the World Bank has said Nigeria's low level of revenue threatens fiscal sustainability and undermines the federal and state government's ability to finance necessary expenditures in the health, education and security sectors. This is according to the Nigeria Country Economic Memorandum Report released by the World Bank in December. The Global Bank report noted that public spending on education and health prevents Nigeria from developing the human capital needed for large-scale private investment outside the oil sector, adding that Nigeria's revenues are among the lowest past decade. Still in health, China will no longer publish daily figures for COVID-19 cases and deaths. The National Health Commission said it was ending a practice that began in early 2020. According to reports, cities across China are struggling with certain virus cases. Suddenly dismantled its zero-COVID policy earlier this month. Reports say the decision to scrap the daily virus count comes amid concerns that the country's blooming wave of infections is not being accurately reflected in official statistics. In sports, Manchester United manager following United and Ronaldo's mutual agreement to terminate the 37-year-old's contract in November. Ten Hag is now left with only Rashford and Anthony Martial as senior strikers in the squad. Ten Hag believes Rashford, who is back from the World Cup where he scored 3 goals, can do the job of securing goals for the team. Still in sports, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says club great Arsene Wenger picked the right moment to go back to beat West Ham and move 7 points clear at the top of the Premier League, which was resuming after the World Cup. Wenger, who was the last Arsenal manager to win the title, made his first return since stepping down in 2018, and Arteta is hopeful that Wenger is willing to spend more time with the team because he is a huge influence. On our entertainment news, Nollywood actress Omowumi Dada is engaged. The actress appears to be ending the year on a high note as she revealed that she unboxed an engagement ring. The identity of the actress's man is unknown for now, as many industry colleagues have taken the time to share their congratulations, wishing her well. Still in entertainment, Kim Kardashian is speaking out for the first time since her divorce from Kanye West became finalized last month. In a recently released interview, Kardashian described how hard it is to co-parent her 4 young children with West and controversies. Kardashian said she shields their children as best as possible from media coverage, noting that their kids are not aware of West's recent behavior because she limits their access to television, social media, and speaks to their teachers. Up to a YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. You have been watching Spectrum TV News at 12. I am Uyai Anek. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.